Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl, and since June of 2022, I've been using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Now, in that time, yes, I have lost over 60 pounds, but what you can't see is how this medication has really helped my type 2 diabetes. When I first started this journey, I had an A1C of 8.2. I last had my A1C check. It was 5.4. I'm going to have another check later this month. I had high blood pressure and I was on high blood pressure medication. I'm no longer on high blood pressure medication because I no longer have high blood pressure. I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and I no longer have that. And I did have high cholesterol, however it is lowering, and I am reducing my statin, so hopefully I will be off of my high cholesterol medication. At last check it was about, I think, 164, 165. So definitely Mounjaro has been a game changer in my life, and my A1C had been creeping up over the years, and Mounjaro has been able to help my A1C get back to a normal level. So anyway, let's get into this week's update. It's week 81 of my Mounjaro journey, and I'm filming this, let's see, what time is it? 9:30 on Sunday. I rolled into town around 7:30 tonight. I went on a camping trip, and it wasn't a big camping trip. It was a long drive. I went down to the Everglades, down to Flamingo, where I used to live and work, and I took my dog. We spent a night in the Flamingo campground. I totally underestimated how bad the mosquitoes would be, but I had a great visit. So anyway, I got back around 7:30, hopped in the shower. I know I'm going to be going to bed soon, but I wanted to look presentable to you all for this week's update. So let's get into this week's update. I did lose 2 pounds, and so that means I'm down to 132 pounds. I didn't necessarily want to lose any weight, but my stomach was just kind of feeling off this past week. I don't know if it was from the Mounjaro or if it was something else, but with my stomach not feeling so hot, I just didn't have really much of an appetite to eat. So that's where it is. My glucose numbers were really low as well. I had some numbers in the 40s, so let's go here so you can see my numbers. And these are also non-fasting, meaning I'm not intentionally not eating before I go to bed. Sometimes I'm eating right before I go to bed and I'm still having these numbers like that. But in the morning, if they are in the 40s and the 50s, I am eating a big tablespoon of local honey, and that helps me feel back to normal. Now, I should test my glucose after I do that, but it's in the morning. I get up around 5:36, test my glucose, eat my honey, walk my dog, and get ready for work and hop into the car. So I'm going to try and be better at testing my glucose after I either have my honey or eat or drink something else. And then exercise, just walking my dog a couple times a day. I really haven't had time to do the exercise that I want to, although I did do one day of yoga, and that my body needed it. So I'm trying to listen to my body more as well. So yeah, I did the yoga. Paleo is always in my mind, as well as Pilates and yoga. And I want to go back and do up in Sarasota, the Bay, that has the free exercise boot camp. I want to get back into that. All right. So we talked about, my food. We didn't talk about food. Well, other than I really haven't had much of an appetite this past week. But yeah, I did go to the Everglades, as I mentioned, and when I worked there, we had such wonderful food that I remember. So part of my reason going down there was trying out the restaurant that just opened up, like it just opened up last week or so. And they had coconut shrimp on the menu and conch chowder, and I wanted to see if that all tasted like I remembered. And I just remember it being the best coconut fried shrimp, and wherever I go, I haven't been able to find it. Well, I got the coconut fried shrimp, and it was actually really good, but it wasn't like what we used to make in the restaurant, or I didn't make it, what we used to serve in the restaurant. They didn't have any conch chowder, unfortunately, but they had a southwestern soup, which actually kind of tasted like the conch chowder. It was tomato based. So then, coming back home, I stopped at a place called Robert Is Here, known for tropical milkshakes. So I had a key lime milkshake today. And if you notice the numbers that I put up, I'll put them back up again. I did test my glucose after I got home tonight, and it was 65. And I thought it would be higher because I did have that milkshake. And I haven't been taking I'm supposed to take metformin twice a day, 1,000 milligrams in the morning and 1,000 milligrams at night. And I haven't been taking my metformin in the evening the past couple of nights. And there's also a lot of times where I forget to take it. So anyway, I do have a doctor's appointment in February. It's not with the endocrinologist who prescribed the Mounjaro to me, but hopefully I have this discussion with my doctor about, I still think my glucose numbers are low, but I guess if I'm functioning and everything, it's okay. And I guess we'll just see what my A1C is. So that's it for this week's update, but I do want to get into today's topic, and it is, what did I pay for my latest round of Mounjaro prescription? And I pulled a few numbers. So in October, I paid $25 for 3 boxes. That's because the discount card was applied, which I find really weird because I was looking at other times I went and picked up Mounjaro, and it was about $43 and change, which I thought that's a weird number. But in August, I paid $378.66. And all of this journey, now this was supposedly with the discount card, $378.66. Again, that was with the Mounjaro discount card. And all along, it's always been a question, well, am I going to be able to afford Mounjaro if the discount card isn't around? And I did notice, by the way, this is a sidebar, on the Mounjaro site, there was a coupon mentioned, or a discount card, valid through December of 2024. Go check it out. I don't know if I qualify for that, but anyway, because at the time when I was prescribed Mounjaro, it was so new, my insurance company wasn't quite on board with it, so to say, and that's why the manufacturer, I think, has this discount card, the savings card, so it could show, makes it affordable for patients, but then it also shows the healthcare companies or the health insurance companies that, yes, this does work, and if this person is healthier, it's also going to reduce their other healthcare needs, in theory, down the road. So it's going to be cheaper for the insurance company. So I was always hopeful that my insurance company would accept Mounjaro. And I'm sorry, I should know what the term is when medication is on their approved list, so to say. So I just kind of rolled the dice, thinking that, Blue Cross is going to see how good this medication is for its patients. So I went and picked up my next 3 boxes of Mounjaro on January 2nd, and I paid $137.19, and I was thrilled. I have an HSA, Health Savings Account, so it came out of that, and I was just thrilled, and the pharmacist was a little taken aback. It was a different pharmacist, and she thought she didn't understand why I was excited about paying over $137 for these 3 boxes of Mounjaro, and it's because it could have been close to $400. $378.66 is what I paid in August, and I was expecting to pay perhaps more, but when open enrollment came around in my company and looking at the prescription list, I knew it was going to be this cost. So what I thought, it did happen with my insurance company, that they are recognizing what this medication is doing, and that's really exciting. not only for people with type 2 diabetes, but it is exciting for people who want it specifically for weight loss, people with obesity. And that's why Zepbound is around. So helping all these people become healthier, myself included. We're going to be better on the insurance companies. I don't know how the medical community is going to feel about that, but anyway, we'll just be also more productive citizens as well. And speaking of, tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yes, it's a day off. I do have the day off, but it's also a National Day of Service. Now, I'm not volunteering tomorrow. However, I am participating in a National Day of Service on Saturday. And so I'm looking forward to that. Some of my coworkers and I were going to be deep cleaning some classrooms for a daycare that services low-income families. So looking forward to that. Oh, also, I do want to say thank you. Thank you so much for those of you who commented on last week's video. I had a conversation with a friend, and that caused some uncertainty in my life, and I shared that with you all. And I do appreciate those of you who reached out and your comments about what I mentioned in that video last week. And I think that just the best thing for me is just to put my head down and just move forward and keep doing my own thing, so to say, and not let others influence me or be taken aback by what they say, or just take it with a grain of salt, I should say. But anyway, yeah, so those of you up in north, especially my people up in western New York, I hope you're going to be safe with this snowstorm that's coming in. Go Bills for tomorrow, for Monday afternoon game. And yes, that's all I have to say. If this is your first time tuning in, whether you're on Mounjaro or perhaps you're on Zepbound, you're gonna have a journey ahead of you. It might be rocky here and there, but just stay the course. I always like to tell people who are just starting out on Mounjaro or Zepbound that you need to keep yourself hydrated, you need to clean up what you're eating, you need to move more, and you need to stay in touch with your physician. And don't necessarily accelerate the uses of the doses. If after 1 month you're still feeling kind of queasy on like the 5 milligram dose, stay at that 5 milligram dose for another month or so. And just always remember and keep in mind that my journey is going to look different than your journey, and your journey is going to look different than someone else's journey. All right, yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now, but thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome week, and remember, not only be kind to others this week, but please be kind to yourself. I'll catch you next week. Bye.